Tails that people were dominating, and
Yeah.
Looks like this is right into it. So enough of Tails Jank for now. We'll go back to Monday Night Fights. We'll touch on it a little bit. Right now we got Wigs versus Ostrich Glue. Ostrich Glue is, I don't know, where would you put him on the Minnesota Marth ranking?
Well, who would we have at the top of the Marth ranking? We probably have like you and.
I think if we're going from 5th to 5 to 1, I think Deepak would be number 5. Number 4 would be Evan. Number 3 would be Minnesota, like Mo. Number 2 would be Amanzi. And number 1 would be me. And when I say 5 is Deepak, I mean Deepak's disciple is number 5. And why are you mad at me? I like that. I like that. Number 1 through 5 is me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm the beginning and the end of this. But 6 would be Ostrich Glue. So you could look at him as number 2.
Hey, what about your boy PD though?
Oh,
the 64 Prodigy.
PD is nice. Shout out to PD. I played him last at the basement tournament.
And he got third in that.
He got third. He got third.
That's real. He took out some PR members.
He did take out some PR members. Did a good job. The ego.
The ego.
Oh man,
that's good.
Yeah, I love the Minnesota scene. But Wigs has been playing Falco the whole time. Like, does he play anybody else, or is Falco all we're looking at?
I'm pretty sure in this game he mostly plays Falco. He kind of has a Fox that he plays a little bit. You know, I played a friendly or two with it. It wasn't doing bad. Yeah. But he's definitely a Falco guy through and through in this game.
Well, I think the thing for this matchup that I always look to see is, like, to tell the level of the players. Because sometimes you get into a game, you have no idea what people know how to do and what they can't do.
Right.
I think one of the things is, can the Marth both power shield, that's important, but how are his chain grabs, you know? And we haven't seen many of either one so far. There goes
a good
one.
power shield.
Power shield, commentator's curse.
The one.
The one. But I feel like those are two important things for Marth to download and, like, really dominate the matchup. And I think for Falco to download the matchup or really, like, excel, it's about how he can use the lasers to keep his pressure on.
Yeah.
You know? Like, one thing I don't feel like I'm seeing is, like, ooh, that was nice. I don't really feel like the Falco is applying a lot of pressure, to be completely honest. You know, every time he goes in, Marth is getting his grabs and kind of making his way with it.
Yeah.
And I would like to see the pressure come a lot more from the Falco, making him move. Ooh, that was good.
That was good, keeping his invincibility.
You know?
But yeah, I definitely feel you there. Like, I feel like it's pretty easy for Glue to get in there and kind of, you know, to get those open. Normally Marth has to work like really hard to make sure he's getting those openings, but you know, Wigs still being fairly new to the game, his pressure isn't on point enough to, like you're saying, like really create pressure. Yeah.
Like some of the Falcos that do that, you play like an Urzak or you play a shout out to my boy Ryan Brinstock. I know he might be watching, might not be watching. That's the guy that's on you as soon as the game starts.
Right.
You know, with the button pushing and the shield pressure.
Yeah.
And even like the empty hops and everything, you know? Like those are the kinds of things that you really make the Marth watch out for. And right now, I don't feel like Wigs has him in that kind of a mind state, you know? And that's going to be really important for Falco to really flex his metal and, you know, start taking over the game as well.
Right.
Basically, you could say the pace of the game is in the Marth's favor. And as long as that's happening, it's personally whoever has the pace of the game really dictates when the fighting happens and when it doesn't.
Ooh. I thought he would have made it back right there. I think he tried to drift back to ledge.
Oh, yeah, and then grab it. Marths are known to do that depending on how high they are. I think the only characters that can't really do that are just Fox and Falco, but they can too depending on how high they are.
Right.
You know? And that is an option to maybe get around Marth killers and stuff. But to me, one of the big things is whenever you play this matchup in any matchup, there are things that, you know, could be called bad options. Oh, did not make it back on the stage.
Rough.
But no matter who you're playing, there are things that could be called bad options. But if the other person's not going to punish you for them,
right,
you should be taking advantage of that, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely a big point about this game.
Yeah. Okay, I see you, Urzak. Shout out to my boy, Urzak. The one true Falco of...
the one true.
One true Falco. Urzak was at Tales of Jank, too. You know?
He was.
I saw you
Urzak,
played
how did you
Inu?
do? I don't even know how you ended up placing.
Yeah.
Let us all know in the stream.
Yeah. Keep us entertained today. Mine's going to be here all day.
Yeah, so we got
Breezy coming in now.
the run back straight to Battlefield here.
See, and I want to know what the ban was.
You think it would have been final?
It had to have been final. But if it is final, I don't think this is like a level you should come back to as Marth.
Yeah,
because there's
think
better
like Yoshi's
options.
would have been better.
Yoshi's, I think, honestly, I know Pokemon Stadium is seen as like, you know, the space animal haven.
But the platforms are super nice for Marth.
Yeah,
they're
they're
those really
very
early
nice
tippers.
And it gives you room to run also, you know?
Right.
I believe Marth moves around a little faster than Falco, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's not like a Fox where he's just speed on you. And there goes the
Good
tipper.
forward smash.
Good weight. You know? It's the nice thing I like to see with the Marth is the shield stops.
That's what I was going to say about Glue's first game. I felt like he was going for a lot of forward airs in situations to like punish things when he could have just been for a grab or like a forward smash or an up air even.
Yeah.
But he seems like too focused, like right there.
Yeah.
Too focused on going for these forward airs because they're quick to come out, but they don't really lead to enough.
Yeah, and you definitely need to start hitting them with something, you know?
Yeah.
That's just like hits on hits. It's kind of like a boxing game, you know? You can't just sit here taking hits. You got to move around a little bit. Even if they're not hurting you now, it adds up.
That was a good nair. I would have went for the down air. The down air would have missed. He would have been living. That was a good call on the neutral there.
Oh, Mr. Donner been like shit. I mean, shoot.
He's still at 180%. This is Marth. What do I do?
Oh,
good
man.
Angle.
Good angle. Come back. The funny thing about that angle is if the Marth waits just a tad bit longer to make that decision, then, ooh, any other move would have been fine there except for the jab.
Right.
One thing that I've really started to see Marth do a lot is the up B out of shield when someone is on their shield.
Right.
Just because the hit alone, as long as you can land the hit, it takes the pressure off so much.
Yeah.
And it's really important to help you move around.
Yeah, and it's almost like a mental thing too, because if you get hit by that LB out of shield, you feel, you know, it's not exactly quick.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of like, ooh, that's embarrassing. He just did that to me.
See, and right there, I think the Falco was up being too close to the stage, and had the Marth recognized it, a forward smash would have been enough to reach him out and take that next stock, but he opted to try the down tilt, sweet spotted it, and then we're back to almost neutral. You know, you never want to see that. Everyone's giggling though, so it's cool.
Yeah, Wigs is definitely the player that's always really fun to play. Like no matter what's going on, he's always giggling about it and having a good time. So I always like watching him play.
Yeah. So it looks like the run back is actually working out for him. And this almost becomes a psychological thing where, you know, you just went to this level, you clutched it out, but now it's game two. It's game two, same level, same stuff is happening. It's like an 8-stock game that counts for 2. If you would have won this, you would have been on the next round, but instead, looks like we're looking at a game 3. And there we go, nice roll up. He's still got a lot of work cut out for him, but never give up, you know. Right. Ooh. And,
no,
that's exactly what you needed.
I was just about to say, you can never count anyone out in this game. It's all it takes is like one little mistake and then one sick combo. You know, Wigs has the potential. I've seen him. Let's get started.
Get the gun working. There we go. You can't afford any straight hits right now.
Right.
And that's almost a time where if you were the Marth, if you would have had the metal to go out there and just hit him with anything,
right,
he'd have been dead. Same thing here. Oh, he didn't even get the up B chance.
Stray on stage down there.
Yeah. So if I'm Wigs, I'm thinking you could run it back again, but I wouldn't do that.
I don't know. He might though. He seems like the kind of guy who just do it.
They might. They might just agree to that kind of thing. But I think most other levels are good. The only other one I wouldn't go is FD. And probably maybe Yoshi's.
Right.
But Stadium is definitely better for Space Animals. Dreamland is way better for Space Animals.
Yep,
it looks like it's going for Stadium pin.
Pocket Monster Stadium.
Yeah, you know. These platforms are so nice for Marth because if you stand right in the middle under it, the up tilt one way and the forward smash the other way is going to cover all options of anybody above you.
Right. Now you got to do is just wait and react.
Just wait and react. I remember I was watching an interview by one of the great Marths. I think it was PQU, and he was talking about how when Marth is chain grabbing, for the first like 60%, it turns into a one-player game. It's a lot like solitaire. because there's DIs and things you can do to make it harder, but you cannot get out of it if the Marth is doing it right.
Right.
You know? So that's why it's so important to focus on getting those things when you can. Because if they aren't getting the 60% with most every grab, I know some things change it, like platforms and, you know, the like. But you need to be maxing out those grabs, because grab is essentially 60% if you grab it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That's why those things are so important. And I feel like that's what kind of tilts this matchup in Marth's favor at the lower to medium level, is people who learn that quick and then take advantage of it. That's another forward smash opportunity. And not even just forward smash, because I know I like to forward smash a lot, but if you just went out there and forward aired him.
Right. You could even forward tilted.
You could even forward beat and just drag him down with you. You know, there's a lot of options, but they all involve getting off your feet and not crouching for that down tilt.
Yeah. It's very patient player, Blue is, and almost, you know, as we can see, almost to a fault. And that's, I feel like in part that's just due to unfamiliarity with the game. He's a PM player primarily.
Yeah.
Been getting into Melee more lately, but
he's definitely doing a good job here.
Yeah.
And you could see that, you know, Glue's getting a little bit thirsty for these kill moves. Okay. Okay.
There we go. That was really good.
And then you see it stutter right into the middle,
good.
hit him with the force smash the other way, and now we down 2 stocks.
Did he hear us?
And bam.
Oh, good up air.
Up air works with this character too on the stage, so he's got to have heard us or something, man.
It was just too perfect.
See, so here's the thing, like, I feel like the Falco might be getting a little too close and then not being cognizant of that.
Right.
Like, you want to stay, at least right now, I think what would help if you stayed just outside his range and then made him attack from his shield, because he's already shielding by the time you get in. But if you stand away a little ways away, make him try and, you know, fair you or something, but you're out of range, that's when you can go in and finally plan your attack. Because as you can see, when the neutrals are happening, the Falco's running in, and then he's already shielding by the time he gets there. Oh, and then Ostrich is actually going to be the decision maker. We're tied now, fellas. 33% is not really any type of percent. To wear off that invincibility, he did a couple rolls, but then the grab happened, and he was at 55% of that. Ooh.
Another one.
He's
Sent him
back.
back on stage. Oh, I would have went for that forward smash too, but probably like a drop through the platform up air would have been better.
Yeah, there were definitely some other options.
Yeah, that was like a really quick interaction to like think on the fly, and that's one of those things where you just got to be in that situation so many times to the point where when it happens, you're like, oh, I know what to do.
I know what to do now. So despite the fact that despite the fact that Falco was twice the percent, it was basically even because Falco was getting to that tough percent where it's hard to kill.
Right.
Oh, this
man.
is the side B, and there's the set for Monday Night Fights.
Good show.
Good
to
show.
both the players.
Good show to both the players.
Good way to kick the tournament off. It's always
always starting off something. Can you show us the chat real quick, Mr. Boss Man?